Welcome back to another episode of Twitchy Tuesdays Live. We are here to learn the astrology. We are staying for the tarot. You have joined me, Maloney Adams. It's 8:30 in the morning on a Saturday. So this is kind of the first we'll get the vocal cords warmed up here. We are doing some fun things today. It is a amazing Twitchy week. We have a lot of very high energies coming through. We will go through each and every single day, and I have 4 decks ready to go because that is how big this energy is. We have an oracle to give us that grounded insight at the beginning. We will be using the Golden Art Nouveau Tarot deck in order to get clarity and more answers, and then go back to the Oracle for guidance. Because as you can see, it's not every single day, but it's pretty, once the ball starts rolling in the next Twitchy week, the ball is rolling. It's done. We have 2 days, the 16th and the 17th, to prepare, and then it is off to the races. So let's get started right away. The first deck that we are going to pull from is the Whispers of Love deck, and that is going to take us through the 18th and the 19th and the 20th. And then we'll use the Queen of the Moon Oracle for the 21st to hone in and get into that Capricorn full moon. And then I pulled, ooh, oh, excuse me. I pulled out an old school deck, the Romance Angels, to ground us into Leo season. So let's get started. For those of you that have been here before, thank you for joining me again. For those that have not been here before, this is your first Twitchy Tuesday Live. Get some coffee, get some tea, get an energy drink, enjoy, sit back, relax. We're going to pull some tarot, talk about some astrology. It's going to be great. So Twitchy Tip or Twitchy week starts on Tuesday, the 16th. As you can see, the 16th and the 17th does not have any sort of real, grounded information into it. We are free for 2 days to really just allow and prepare for this ball to start rolling. So we're going to start on 7/18, where the Sun in Cancer sextiles Uranus and Taurus at 26:26. I love the numerology. I love the numbers. On that same day, Mercury in Leo will trine Chiron in Aries at 23:31. So let's get a Whispers of Love card to talk about this day to start off with, because there's a lot already with this Sun in Cancer sextiling Uranus and Taurus that is coming through and is worth paying attention to. All right, to ground us in, we have forgiveness. Nothing is gained by holding on to past disappointments. There's really interesting duality. It's a 29 card, but there's really interesting duality here. So obviously in the prominence, you've got these two faces, but you've got this looks like a boy playing a violin and a girl kind of leaning against them. You've got two hands up in this corner. We only see one candle, one piece of illumination. And that illumination, this candle right here, that illumination is grounding you into that forgiveness. This is pulling me right into Mercury and Leo trining Chiron and Aries. And with the Sun in Cancer sextiling Uranus in Taurus, this is, as you can see, 2 days before Uranus conjunct Algol. Now, the Sun in Cancer, the Sun getting to meet up in this sextile with Uranus and Taurus, it's almost like placing a balm. I'm feeling very like the Sun in Cancer, that nurturing energy of Cancer is just like placing a veil, placing a sheet over your heart. I'm feeling very heart centric with this, where it just kind of allows you to get into a little bit more self-love, place a little bit more Don't be so hard on yourself. Forgiveness. Don't be so hard on yourself. That's what I am getting in just all through my heart center is this sun in Cancer with this sextile is kind of just helping Uranus, like helping you as the things change, as Uranus is going to meet up with Algol, as this new you, this new excitement comes out. It's this balm that allows you to step into and get deeper into that forgiveness. So let's take a look at what forgiveness says here. Be willing to forgive yourself and others and open the doors to future growth. Love can be restored and trust can be rebuilt. Move from bitterness back to the joy you deserve in your life. Granting forgiveness is a choice that you make. You may not feel like engaging with someone, but you can forgive them without ever talking to them. And this, let's see. Okay, this is what I am feeling since this was the card. This isn't the, this is the starting card, and we'll get some tarot to clarify. As the starting card for the 18th, there's something here where forgiveness is the key to unlocking the next stage of growth and development. Whatever this change is coming through with Uranus and Taurus conjunct Algol, whatever, you're gonna be headed towards as you begin to harvest, as you begin to pull in, as you begin to grow and develop and change, like there's no doubt that change is here. Again, we are not even in the storm. Ooh, Seven of Swords. We are not even in the storm yet. This is the precursor. This is the preparation prior to. It's, think about the hurricanes. I'm in Texas. We just got done with a hurricane. Thankfully not anywhere close to me, but definitely down for our down in the Houston area, up through the Galveston area, etc. They had foreshadowing and warning for a little bit. So they were able to get prepared. They were able to, if you saw all the memes, it was really funny. HEB was like 2 briskets only. But they were able to get prepared. They were able to begin to fortify. They were able to begin to make decisions and make choices. Now, it's not that, all right, yeah, I'm really excited. Woohoo, the hurricane's coming. Let's party. This card is not full of excitement. This card is full of necessity. This is where I live. This is where I have chosen to put down my roots. I know that hurricanes come through here. And so this is part of what I have to do to be prepared with this choice that I've made to live here. 7. So apply that same thing to this Sun in Cancer sextiling Uranus and Taurus. Apply that same logic to this Mercury and Leo trining Chiron and Aries. You and all the things that are coming up for you, these are an accumulation of your choices. And it's time now to get prepared. And maybe there's that piece where to unlock this 7 of Swords, maybe 7's not enough. Maybe a few journey. But to unlock more is through the key of forgiveness. And it's very true. If you are in need of forgiving somebody, they don't have to be there for that. That's an energetic exchange. You can take that on without them even being present. We've got, what do we have here? Judgment. You can take that on without even being present. Gabriel and his horn. This is an internal feeling. This is a feeling from a higher perspective. This is an understanding, look at the imagery in this card, right? Like all of these humans are coming out of, they're sellers. They're going back to the hurricane theme. They're coming out of their graves, the ground. They're coming out of disillusionment. They're awakening to something. Gabriel is bringing them in. I'm getting the, what is it called? The Pied Piper. That's what, come on, everyone, let's go. Time to wake up, time to get moving. And that is, maybe this is what you prepared for. Maybe this is the work you've been doing. And now, Gabriel, the universe, your angels, whatever, is coming in and going, that it's absolutely time. It is time. Let's make it happen. The time is now. All right, let's see the last card, because this is why the time's now, is because we have the 10 of Cups. When I did the Capricorn full moon episode, which is out on Twitchy Tuesdays, which will be released, I believe, either today or tomorrow, we talked about the Rainbow Bridge. We talked about going and accepting this rainbow bridge, leveling yourself up, looking from a higher vantage point, looking from something different. But you've got to go through all of this first. All of this has to be accomplished since we're talking about the 18th, in a very small amount of time. And on the other side of that, just know it's having faith, it's holding the vision, trusting the process. On the other side of that is every single thing that you want. You've got to get through it first. You've got to forgive what needs to be forgiven. You've got to let the past be where the past is. You've got to awaken. You've got to come out of that shell, out of the disillusionment, out of the narrative that was this old version of you. So that way, this new version of you can wake up and thrive. All right, let's get a guidance card, and we'll head right into the 19th with Venus and Leo trine the North Node in Aries. No, okay. They want to do Venus and Leo trine North Node in Aries, and then the 20th, and then we will get a guidance card for all of them. So I'm gonna put these. I'm trying to make space on the desk, y'all. I'm trying to make space on the desk. There's a lot of 10s here too. So in case we've got 3 10s present, so something is in that finalization stage, whether you want it to be or not, ready or not, here it comes. All right, 719, Venus and Leo trine the North Node in Aries at 9 degrees, 33 arc minutes. Let's see what the Whispers of Love has to say about this day on 719. What is the overall energy that you'd like to share? All right, overall energy. Be in the present and dream of the future. When we dream, everything is possible. Look at how beautiful this card is. Look at all of the imagery. We've got the planets present. We've got the solar system present. We have the beautiful energy of the pyramids present, the crystal lake. What a beautiful image to come in with Venus and Leo trine the North Node, because it's a card 40 as well. This is what it's all about. This is what it's all about, is the North Node wants us to get to that space, wants us to get to the end of that road, wants us to fulfill and live our full potential. We have a destiny. We want, that is what all of this is all about, is to walking towards it. Being in the present, know that you're grounded. This Venus and Leo gives us that desire, the love to be able to dream of the future that is possible. And in this trine with the North Node is like, yes, that's what we wanted. That's what we were hoping for. Keep going. Yes, the bigger you dream. Keep bringing those dreams in, Venus. Keep making them more and more beautiful. Keep making the universe expand. Keep building that crystal palace. Ooh, lovely. All right, what's another? Do you have any more? The devil. This is what, to me, I'm feeling this as, and we'll see if more messages come through, but I'm feeling this as, this is what you have to get through. your own worst enemy right now. That's the message that's coming through clear with this devil card. It's breaking apart the pieces down to their individuals to build it back up again. And you have to discover what pieces fit and what pieces don't. And the devil's in the details. You can't skip. You can't, Saturn doesn't allow the shortcuts. Now, when I say that, that's not to say that shortcuts don't happen. That's a choice that you choose to make. But here's what Saturn sees. Saturn sees laziness. Saturn sees you're not really willing to do the work. Saturn sees, well, if I can't trust you to do the basic things, how am I supposed to trust you with the greatest gifts that I am about ready to bestow on you? When we talk about being in the present but dreaming of the future, think about that from that Saturnian perspective. We have, which Saturn's even present in this card. Saturn, Capricorn, even Aquarius, we have this ability to be earthed, stand on the mountaintop, be grounded on the mountaintop, but still be able to look up at where we are going, where the future is headed, what we still need to accomplish. And we're doing that, yes, in this dream state. Yes, it's in, wow, what if that, like, let me go there. Let me take my imagination so completely far. And what Saturn and this devil card is here to say is those things are real. Don't discount them, because what often do we do? Gotta put the cards down, y'all. What often do we do? We are present, we're living our life, we get a vision, and we let our imagination go to I'm getting full body goosebumps, to the wildest things possible. And then we get done with that vision and we start rolling back into our bodies. And what's the immediate thing that we do to ourselves? That was a really great vision, but it's not possible. That was a really great thing, but it will never happen. It will take too much. We begin to discount the visions that we were given. Now, that timeline, you're absolutely right. That timeline may not come to fruition. That's not really the point. The point is that the timeline, the potential is there. And you don't know if that would ever come true unless you start doing the things necessary to get down that pathway. And it may not turn out the way that you first imagined it. It's not supposed to. It's supposed to change and grow and mold as you change and grow and mold, as the world changes and grows and molds. Like, I keep hearing and thinking about Elon Musk. What if, 2002 to 2012, whatever it was, when SpaceX was created, was 2012, I think. Anyways, fact check me, somebody put it in the comments. What if that was his vision, is to go and occupy Mars, make us interplanetary. Now, he could have rolled back that vision, come back. He could have taken that dream and come back and said, that's not possible. I mean, it's just not going to happen. We wouldn't be about ready to have our 5th flight. And I'm saying we, like, because, I'm super excited. I love it. I watch each one. Try, totally a thing. It's so astounding what we are able to accomplish when we do not let ourselves or anybody else get in our way of what we know can occur. We may not know how, we may not know what it looks like. I guarantee the starship didn't look the same when he first imagined it, what it is now, because what if we found a new metal? What if we found a new energy source? He couldn't have known that. He couldn't have dreamt that. But now we're here. Now that dream can mold and change as we mold and change. I don't need any other cards. That's part of all of this process. So the 19th, great day to sit and dream of the future. But as you come back to your body, as you come back to your body, don't discount what you saw. Don't begin to play that devil's advocate with yourself. Your vision is real. The energy is real. Those things were real. It's just, is it a not now? Is it something that you can begin to work on, etc.? Really use discernment going through that. Okay. Next up, we have 720. This is a big day. Let's see. I don't even know what day that is. Let's take a look. So 720. Oh, thank all of the effing stars right now, y'all. Oh, it is next Sunday. Look, I was about ready to start. I'm start sweating a little bit. Like, man, am I gonna have to be in public? Am I gonna have to be in public when Uranus conjuncts Algol? No, I can be in my little bubble. Me and my husband and the pups. We can be in our little bubble. So 720, Uranus conjuncts Algol in Taurus at 26 degrees, 30 arc minutes. This is one of three. I have done some videos already speaking about this over on Twitchy Tuesdays. So if you wanted more detailed information, more in-depth information into this energy, make sure to go check out Twitchy Tuesdays, my other channel where those videos are. We also have Mars and Taurus sextiling Neptune retrograde in Pisces, 29 degrees, 51 arc minutes. And then bam, he heads right into Gemini. And of course, plays a big part in this Capricorn full moon, which we will talk about here in a moment. So let's focus on this 720. What is the whisper of love that you have for us on this 720? What is the whisper of love that you have, Spirit? I mean, of course we are. I love this. You are limitless. Very fitting when we look at these cards 3 days in a row. You can do anything you choose. I mean, this is a 4. It would not have shocked me if this was a 5 because there is so much Oshun energy in here. Ore ye ye Oshun. We've got the unicorn. We've got the swans. We've got the lake. We've got the peacocks. We've got the daisies. We've got the fairies. I mean, this is just stunning. Beautiful artwork on this card. Beautiful imagery. But what's even more kind of profound for me is when we look at the story of these 3 days, right? We started with forgiveness. Something needs healing, Chiron present. Something needs healing in order to get to the change that you're looking for. Then it's coming in after that forgiveness is given, be in the present and dream of the future. Now that that forgiveness is done, now that you've broken free, what does your 10 of Cups look like? What is that next thing? And then as you begin to pull it back, as we transition into the next day, don't start discounting yourself, because confirmation as Uranus conjuncts Algol, as Mars and Taurus sextiles Neptune, as Mars enters Gemini, you are limitless. You are limitless. Let's see what other extra messages. When you are too close to a situation, you only have one perspective. There are so many possible outcomes for this situation. Take a broader look. Release the need to control what is happening and allow your inner knowing to help you. Things always work out as they should. When your soul is experiencing its purest form, it has limitless knowledge, infinite wisdom, and boundless energy. You may have developed some negative self-talk that is limiting what you can accomplish. Can't make it up. Connect to the beautiful light that dwells in your being and represents your soul. Remember that your abilities are fueled by your imagination. Dream big. A unicorn emerges from a woman's being. The unicorn represents healing powers, possibility, and knowledge of the soul. Two swans sit in the heart area to signify the grace that is connected to you always. Trust in your ability to know you can achieve anything you set your mind to. I don't even know if I need extra cards. Well, they want one, so that's great. Okay, two. Oh, yes. Let's see. I feel like we need one more. Feel like there's one more on here. All right. So, first up was the Six of Cups. This card, I love this deck so much. It's so, from the Rider Waite, there's much more granular. Like, I love the beauty that's in these cards. It's why I always like to utilize these cards, like for Taurus things, for Venus things, for Leo things, because there's just so much grace and beauty in this card. And that is, that's kind of the message. That's why the deck was chosen. This grace and beauty that we need to have with ourselves, with our dreams. As Uranus conjuncts Algol for the first time, as Neptune is being activated in this retrograde at 29 degrees, making a stand at the last degree point, pretty much at the last arc minute, where it's, I will be back. And when I come back, everything is going to change forever. And there is beauty and grace in knowing that. There's beauty and grace in accepting what is. I love that this card is representative not only of our emotional state, but it is grounded in earth, coming back to the 19th, where be in the present and dream of the future. What does that future look like for you? Who is involved in it? What are you doing? What changes are you making? What are you bringing forth into the world? What gifts are you providing? How are you sharing your experience if your experience is needing to be shared? And then we have the Eight of Wands. Again, it's pickup time. Now that Uranus has conjunct Algol, nothing has happened. The universe kept moving on. FYI, nothing crazy went on. Universe still has Uranus conjunct Algol, no matter what or how we want to manage that or think about it. I mean, ignorance. No matter if we want to sit in this like ignorance is bliss state, that even kind of comes with the Six of Cups a little bit. That state of Neptune retrograde and Pisces, where it's a little like, nope, let's just dissolve. Let's pretend the 20th isn't happening. I mean, look at even how I responded. Ooh, we're getting messages quick up in here. Look at how even I responded when we did the 20th. What was my first acknowledgement? Lord, please do not let it be during a weekday where I am going to have to people. Let it not be during a weekday. And it's not, but that was my first reaction. So here we are in this reactionary mode saying, well, we just want to dissolve. We just want to back off out of it. Look, Mars and Taurus, it's a sextile. I'm good. We're great. Taurus, there's so much Taurus energy present on the 20th. I'm good. We can just sit back, relax. I'll smell the flowers. Look at, I'll smell the flowers. But that is, think through and meditate on if that is hindering your experience you're supposed to be having. Think through and meditate on what are the next things. This is a card full of passion. It's a card full of passion, full of energy, ideas. This reminds me a lot of Mars getting into Gemini, where the fire is able to hit the air and get dispersed. It's, think about like when you have a fire and um, you put another log on and the crackles just like up in the air and they kind of like float around. That's Mars getting into Gemini. Now we can do something with all of this. Now we can do something with all of the information that I'm gathering. Pluto is very present. The minute that Mars gets into Gemini, they are at a 0 degree, is it trine? Hold on. I've got the answer to this. Let me get the answer. I want to say it's a trine. I should know this. It's just not coming right now. We're fine. I'll have resources for that. Let's see. What did we do here? I think it's this one. Nope. This one. It is... No, he starts building. Okay, I was just looking at my Mars in Gemini notes. So Mars gets into Gemini and it's tied to that Capricorn moon on the 21st. He is going to trine that moon. That's what the connection was. Then he starts building to his conjunction with Jupiter in August, along with a square to Saturn retrograde and another square to Neptune retrograde before he heads into Cancer, which is where he will be doing part of his retrograde later in the year. So again, right now, there's a lot of harmony. July has a lot of harmony. Don't waste it because August gets funkadelic. August gets funky. So as Mars is making all of these like really supportive, really lovely sextiles, dipping his toe into Gemini, getting ready for this expansive moment with Jupiter. Like, and as all of that's occurring, Uranus conjunct Algol is shaking shit up, and Mars is just like, I got this. I got this. Look, the 9 of Pentacles came out. I've got this. I know what to do. I know how to whisper in the bird's ear, to take my vision, my message, and put it out into the universe and have that carrier come back to me and whisper in my ear, giving me the messages that are needed to this universe in order to make this whole garden, this whole everything that I am, the most profitable, the most lovely, the most engaged, the most fulfilled. I mean, like this 9 of Pentacles gets through the devil just fine. This 9 of Pentacles stands tall, stands strong. She knows what to do. There's a lot, to me, there's a lot of that mixture between the feminine and the masculine energies in this picture, with the bird representing that Mars and Gemini being able to take the messages, being able to carry them away on the air, being able to bring the things out, the things that you feel, the things that you want, the security around you, the comfortability around you, the 5 senses that you want to enhance and harvest in. And it's the blending of the two. Now, this is a 9. We started out the week with these 2 10s, these energies of, yep, whatever has come is done. This is where we're going to get into this Capricorn full moon. We are closing out that cycle. Now we come in, a new one has to start. We need to dream of what that new future looks like. We cannot discount the information and the insight that we are getting. We cannot pull back into ourselves and put limits on our ability to create. We need to stay in this zone no matter how much chaos is happening around us. We need to stay in a zone of confidence, of comfortability, of passion, of drive, and bring those things into fruition. There also, with this 6 of Cups, there also may be something here about asking others, finding others that can help support. There may be, depending upon the dream, there may be a need. I mean, even with this 9, there may be a need to involve others in what that vision is in order for it to get off the ground, get completed, get to the next stage of development, etc. So that also might be present. You may have to rely on others in order to begin to fulfill whatever this 10 of Cups is. All right. So now that we've gone through those 3 days, let's go ahead and close out those 3 days with a Whisper of Love guidance card. So ancestors, what is your guidance that you have for 7/18, 7/19, and 7/20 for the collective? What is the guidance that you have for us at this time for these 3 days? Thank you. Okay. The guidance is the heart of the matter. There is more going on than meets the eye. Staying in faith. Staying in wonder. I love that there's a child here. This childlike wonder. Staying in, I mean, think about children. It's a 22 as well. We've had some 4s and 2s out on the board too. Think about children, right? Like, look, this child is dreaming of the future, and it is as wild and crazy as their little minds can conjure. It is full of magic. Children have this unique ability to be in magic, to understand the magic that is in and around them, that they have access to. And they have a very unique ability to show us adults who have a lot of our traumas, have a lot of our blinders on, have a lot of our life experiences that have, and choices that we've made change us. They have the unique ability to teach us how to have faith. Think about a baby going from crawling to walking. They see and they do. It's not like, oh, well, maybe I just shouldn't do that. That looks too hard. That scares me a little bit. I don't want to do that. Now, granted, believe me, I have seen some and experienced in my own life some children who are just like, no, I just want to be lazy. I am way more comfortable with you carrying me around. Totally a thing. They still got to get up and walk. And as a parent, as somebody who cares about them, you help them and support them through that process. And eventually they get there, right? So the heart of the matter, there is more going on than meets the eye. Yes, there is. So let's take a moment to ground in. Take a moment to get to the genuine issue of this situation, going to root cause. The truth of what is going on lies at the very heart of a situation. Be honest and willing to do whatever is necessary to take care of this. Whether you see your current scenario as positive or negative, it is happening for a reason. Awareness and understanding will help you see beyond your current circumstances. It may feel difficult at first, but with time, you may feel differently and understand why things unfolded as they did. Even if you are in emotional upheaval, there is an outcome that will bring love and blessings. Yes, this is all what we just talked about. A beautiful angel watches over a sleeping child while myriad dreams fill her slumber. Sometimes it feels like you are surrounded by far more than you can comprehend. This card is showing you there is a higher power working on your behalf. You are watched over and loved. A situation will be resolved with time. Welcome to 18th, 19th, and 20th. All right, let me get these cleared. Okay. Get these back. All right, now we are transitioning over to the 21st, and the Queen of the Moon Oracle will be guiding us in this. And the 21st has some serious things happening to it. Serious things. Look at this. We have the Capricorn full moon, anchor us in 29 degrees, 9 arc minutes. We have Venus in Leo sextiling Jupiter in Gemini, 12 degrees, 31 arc minutes. We have Mercury in Leo squaring Uranus in Taurus at 26 degrees, 33 arc minutes. The Sun in Cancer Woo. King of Swords. The Sun in Cancer, trining Neptune in Pisces, 29 degrees, 50 arc minutes, and Mars in Gemini, trining Pluto. There it is. I knew it. I was like, no, I know Pluto is here somewhere. Hold on a second. What is happening? Mars in Gemini trines Pluto retrograde in Aquarius at 0 degrees, 54 arc minutes. Look, all I had to do was read. It's shocking. Shocking what happens. The star. Shocking what happens when we just take a moment. All right, let me before all the cards start flying and we go kind of crazy over here, let me get this Queen of the Moon Oracle to start us off. Let's see on this amazing Capricorn full moon day, what is the grounding energy, ancestors? What is the grounding energy? Hold on, one more shuffle. We'll see if the cards come out from the episode. What is the grounding energy? What is the grounding energy for this? Thank you. Ooh. Well, now, a little bit of pleasure ain't never hurt nobody. With the moon, whoop, right here. With the moon, this is card 18. Little bit of pleasure. All right, let's see what this one is. Pleasure. Are you taking life too intensely or seriously? I don't know if I said that word right. The time has come to call in the pleasures of life. Seek lightheartedness at this time. Focus on what would make you happy. Schedule in activities you find pleasurable. This is the mantra. I open myself to the pleasures of life. In our search for a better life, something happened along the way. We forgot how to find real pleasure in what we do rather than just being diverted from the everyday. Life can be overwhelming, and our rational minds seem to need every available minute of our time to be able to cope with the demands or with its demands. Pleasure has taken a back seat, or there is a pattern of it now forming destructive tendencies, such as binge drinking rather than simply having a wine or two with friends. A big part of pleasure is letting go. This does not mean surrendering or giving up. It simply means handing over all of our administration, stress, and worries for a time and immersing ourselves in something joyful. When we don't allow ourselves to experience pleasure, whether in the form of laughter, play, sensuality, or the development of skills, we remain less than whole and feel wanting. No fun actually makes us dull indeed. Over time, we are much less effective in our emotional and work lives if we do not experience regular doses of pleasure. Our ancient ancestors knew the importance of pleasure in the forming of a healthy mind, body, and spirit. There were gods and goddesses dedicated to happiness and the pleasures of life, such as the Egyptian goddess Hathor. The temples of Hathor were joyful places full of songs and beauty. There were even small temples placed in her honor outside of major deities' temples so that people could be in a happy and contented mental mood before entering to worship. The Egyptians clearly believed that having a positive or relaxed state of mind assists in having a positive spiritual connection. The stone or metal is turquoise. So, grounding energy, 21st, Sunday. It is time for some pleasure. And what a wonderful way to end Cancer season and then get into the Sun in Leo, which happens the next day, is through pleasure. It's through having fun, having like first off. No wonder these two cards came out. Look, this is not pleasure, y'all. This is stick up the ass. Nope, we need to leave this one behind. No wonder these came out. Look, this is a choice. This is a choice. You can be in this knight of, is this a knight or a king? Oh, the King of Swords. You can be in this King of Swords. You can be in this mentally rigid, structured environment on the 21st, or you can be like the star. You can be full of pleasure, full of excitement, full of laughter, full of love. It is a choice. That state, joy, happiness, is a choice. Being in a victim mindset is a choice. Being in an optimistic mindset is a choice. And what is clear here is on the 21st, pleasure, the star, is what you should choose. So let's ask, how do we get from this? If this is our mode, because the 17th, 18th, and 19th ain't no pump, right? We had a lot going on the 3 days prior. So how do we transition from what we had going on to being naked under the moon and stars and having a gloriously pleasurable time? So how do we get there? Let's take a look. How do we get from this King of Swords to the star to full pleasure on the 21st? How do we get there? Thank you. One more. Thank you. And how do we get there? Oh, wonderful. Look at that. Well, let's see what this first card that came out was. Aha. King of Pentacles, gratitude. Having gratitude for all that you do have currently. Not looking at it as lack, not looking at it as what is not here yet, but being eternally grateful for the experience that you've had, for the life that you have led, for the things that you have in your life, for the people that you share your life with. Having just immense amount of gratitude on the Capricorn full moon can really activate this pleasure, activate from going from the King of Swords to the Star card. What's another way that we get there? The Eight of Pentacles, diligent work, creating ritual, self-love, self-nurturance. When was the last time that you did something? When was the last time that you stopped in a grocery store and bought yourself flowers, or even smelt the flowers? I make it a point every time I'm in Costco and I walk by the little flower section. I am there with my face in a bouquet of flowers, inhaling, looking at its beauty, enjoying, having a pleasurable moment with some beautiful flowers. So what are the things that you need to begin to institute in your life, that you need to begin to work on, that you need to begin to put ritual around? And we can start at this moon. We can start in Leo season to take you from that King of Swords into the star, into more pleasure. Maybe the pleasure just is in the work. Maybe you haven't done anything in the last couple of weeks on your passion. Maybe your passion's going out fishing. Maybe your passion is photography. Maybe your passion is even reading cards. And if that hasn't happened in a while, maybe it's time to resurrect that passion. Get into a state of pleasure. Another way to get from this King of Swords to the star to activate our pleasure, dream. Dream what is possible. Allow your imagination to go. Allow allow yourself a moment to be in fantasy, to be in the realm of, possibility. Childlike wonder. That's why we love Leo season, because it allows us to come in and go, you know what? I can totally be 5. I can honor my inner child, and I can have magic around me, and I can do all the things that my 5-year-old self did. I'm great. Getting into pleasure. That could be something as simple as like sitting down and watching The Lord of the Rings. This high fantasy, being able to imagine what that might look like or be like if that was you, like putting yourselves in places and spaces that does your heart good, that brings in this pleasure, that allows you to be in a state of immense gratitude, that allows you to share and create and cultivate yourself in a deeper level, allows you to then be able to just be. Maybe it's just simply like, maybe it's just start a meditation practice. Maybe it's just something as simple as that. So, clear need for pleasure on the 21st. Clear need to activate that. We've got, we want to be in the star. Like, we want to be in the star. Maybe it is totally going and getting naked under the light of the full moon. That could be a total thing. It could be a total thing that gets you into a pleasurable mode. All right. This is where the deck is. All right. So what is the card of guidance that you have for us, ancestors, for the 21st? For this Capricorn full moon, what is the card of guidance that you have for us? What is the message of guidance? Ooh. So not only do we need pleasure, but let's nourish that pleasure. Look at that, nourishment. 7. Look at the amazing, yes. All the fruit, be a great thing to eat. Bread, breaking bread. We've got the eggs. Now I am hungry. We've got a cheesy moon. Oh, now I want breakfast. Okay, let's take a look at nourishment. I am getting the message that for some, maybe on this moon, might be a detox time, a time to clean out. Speaking of the work, to clean out your refrigerator and your pantry and get rid of things that are not nourishing your soul, that are not giving you pleasure, or maybe you've been like just really on the stringency and you've been really great. Maybe, it's like, hey, I've been doing this really great. And maybe it's a little reward time. There's nothing wrong with that. Again, it all depends upon you and how you work with your reward center, etc. But that's another message that I'm getting is maybe it's time to clean the house a little bit, clean up and provide things that are more nourishing, that are more I'm hearing like the water base. So fruits like grapes, watermelon, cantaloupe, things that hold a lot of water and nourishment in them. All right, choose to nourish your mind, body, and spirit. Feed your values. When you are jealous or envious, it is a sign that you are actually hungering for, of what you are actually hungering for. Ooh, pay attention to your health. So if there is, coming back to this card, if there is with this King of Swords, any sort of lower vibratory energies that are present, that's typically a notion. And what this is saying here is, what is this trying to teach you? Look at yourself. If you're jealous, what are you not getting within yourself? What are you not providing for you to be able to be in this star, to be able to be in this pleasure, to be able to nourish your mind, body, and soul? So the mantra is, I choose to nourish myself. All of us have a set of values that are as individual as our fingerprints. Sometimes we aren't sure what they might be if asked, but unconsciously we know. How do we know? Because if our values are not being met or lived, we rebel. We get angry, sad, depressed, irritable, or stuck, or we make the chaotic choice in our decision making, and commonly our relationships and life are not harmonious. An example of this might be someone who has a strong value of honesty being asked to manipulate the truth every day in a sales job, or someone who highly values peace being surrounded by loud, drama-filled people who are just the opposite of peaceful. Meeting our values and living by them is a sure way to nourish our being. We feel more complete and fulfilled if we are able to do that. Additionally, it probably isn't an exaggeration to say that the Western world is obsessed by food for the wrong reasons. Food is often used as pain relief, quote, with many people overeating due to anxiety or pain. Food becomes a diversion rather than something that is nourishing or even simply enjoyable. Learning to nourish bodies purely to give them what they really need is a key to mental and physical health. The companion stone or metal is emerald. So I'm also hearing uh, food is an addiction. That is very clear in my life. I definitely, so if you have other addictive areas, other addictive personality traits, you have worked through addiction of some kind. Shopping is an addiction, but think about how food also is an addiction, like they were saying, for you to um, cover up what is truly being shown to you. So think through that as well. These might come up in this Capricorn full moon because all of that is being asked to be released. This is a full moon. It's being asked to be released so that way we can take, going back to the 18th, 19th, and 20th, we can't get to that 10 of Cups if we don't release the things that are holding us back. More of us is being required now. We have to level up. So we've got to release the things that don't serve us anymore. All right, let's end out with the sun in Leo. It's Leo season. Leo sun, love me some Leo. Okay, let me get this before I even go super crazy. Let me get this over here and let me get this out of the way because, we could talk about Leo all the time. What's not to love about Leo? All right. Quite a bit, actually. So that way, if that was a real question for any non-Leos out there. All right. Let's get this mixed up. All right. And then I love this. First off, I don't know the last time that I used the Romance Angels Oracle cards, but I love that Spirit was like, that's what we need. That deck right there to ground into this start of Leo season. First of all, if you are a Leo watching, happy birthday, happy solar return, happy season. I am an August Leo, so love Leonine energy. I have always really aligned with Leo energy. I'm still one of those. I absolutely listen to my sun sign because Leo energy is so prominent and prevalent within my natal chart and within my own life. So Leos unite. If you are a Leo, drop it in the chat. I would be absolutely delighted to see the fellow Leo fam out here. All right, let's get this Romance Angel Oracle and see what we have for this start of Leo season, Spirit. What messages do you have for the collective to ground us into the start of Leo season on 7/22? Ooh. Look at this. Romantic feelings. Your feelings are real and worth exploring. So think about the pleasure and the passion. Think about the conversations we've had for this entire week so far. And here we come to this sun entering its home sign, blazing across the sky right after this full moon that is just gorgeous and huge and full of release and potential. And now here we ground in with the feelings are real and worth exploring. And that's what I love about fire energy overall. Is fire energy is all about the desire. It's all about the taking the information that is present and placing energy and passion and desire behind it. That's what that fire energy gives us. So that way it can go forth and be birthed into the universe. But passion, desire, those are feelings. They are things that ground us and anchor us into when times get rough. It's, yeah, but I'm really passionate about this. Yes, it's challenging, but man, do I love it. I love the challenge. I love the hurt. I love what it brings me. Those are feelings. So, whatever feelings are showing up at the start of Leo season or as we close out Cancer season, they're real and worth exploring. They're real and worth putting passion and desire behind them. Let's see what the book has to say. Here we go. Oh, this one obviously might have been used before because the page just opened up. The stirrings within your heart represent the song of romance calling to you. This card comes to you as guidance to follow the pathway of those feelings. Perhaps you've met someone who made your heart leap and you're wondering whether to pursue him or her. Well, this card says the answer is yes. Take action by flirting, asking the person out on a date, or making your feelings known. If you've recently been longing for more romance in your life, this card is a signal to take charge and make that happen. You can romance yourself by, for example, treating yourself to a luxurious massage. Look at the answers coming in for how do we create more pleasure. Buy yourself flowers. A pedicure, buying yourself presents, or watching a romantic movie. Oh, sappy romantic movies. We love that. You can also actively pursue and attract romance. First, affirm that it is already inside of you. A partner definitely brings these feelings to the surface. However, they were within you as a potential initially. The more you affirm, I am romantically loved, the more you attract this condition within yourself and through a relationship. In some cases, you'll receive this card as a signal that you are ready for a new relationship. It then guides you to take action, such as being aware of people you meet who may be potential partners, as well as frequenting places where such potential partners may be. These would be locations or events associated with your hobbies or interests. Well, thank you, romance angels. So that enters us into Leo season. Let's see if there is any tarot that wants a little more guidance for what this Leo season might look like for us. Look, guys, I ain't gonna lie. August is funkadelic. August is so funky. We're gonna have a moment. We're gonna have time. We're gonna have a whole thing with August. What did I call August? What did I say? Frenzied. That is my word for August. Frenzied. So let's see, how do we navigate Leo's season? If we could get 3 cards on how we can navigate this Leo's season effectively. 1, 3 cards. Whoa. 2, 3. Thank you. Well, we know romantic feelings, so follow the feels. Follow the feels. All right. Well, look at this. 8 of Pentacles, Queen of Pentacles, and the Knight of Swords. Hello. Well, there you go. Follow the feels. Follow the feels. Take action. Even with the funkadelic nature of August, there is things happening. Look, we are not at the second half of the year. We are not. This is Leo season. It is not time to go and fucking hibernate. It's not time to hide in a cave. It's not time to ostrich and put your head in the sand. It's not time to ignore and be ignorant. It's time to stand up. It's time to Queen of Wands. It's time to sit on your throne, to know that you fucking belong there, to know that the decisions you're making are the right ones for you, to place a high amount of energy and focus into pursuing what is real for you, pursuing these dreams and these passions. allowing them to take root within you, allowing them to come forward. So that way, as we go from Leo to Libra and Libra to Virgo, I'm sorry, whoa, from Leo to Virgo, Virgo to Libra, and we get to harvest season, we are ready. We're ready for what comes. We are actively pursuing the things that we want. All three of these cards, I totally get that the queen is sitting here, but all three of these cards are full of actions, are full of pursuit, are full of fire. Light the fire under your ass and get the fuck going. That's the message for Leo season. Get going. It's giddy up time. Look at this. It is giddy up time. Go make it happen. And yes, you are going to need to make it happen within the chaos that is August. So knowing that, this is where this card becomes so much more important. You have to have the passion. You have to have the values. You have to know why you want it. You have to align with it, because as the chaos happens, as blocks get put in your way, as people begin to tell you you're not worthy, you can't do it, as you begin to tell yourself that, you are going to have to overcome all of that. So it's giddy up and go time. That's the message I'm getting for Sun and Leo. Giddy up and go. All right. Do we want all right, I did it with okay. You're heard. What is the guidance for Leo's season? One last card, ancestors, for the guidance of Leo's season outside of giddy up and go. What is one more card for the guidance for Leo's season? Oof. Heart-to-heart conversations. Honestly discuss your feelings with each other. Well, first off, we love heart-to-heart conversations. This is Leo season. Leo's all about the heart. Leo's also about the spine. So I see this in two very distinct ways. What conversations are you not having that you need to get your fucking spine straight, pull your big girl panties on, and get them the fuck over with? It's giddy up time. There ain't no, look, we're clear cutting. Sun and Leo ain't got time to not bullshit over here. On the other end, there's also conversations of vulnerability, of love, of passion, of pleasure, of things that we need. Speak into the universe, speak to others what your needs are. What do you want? What is this passion? What are you working on? Share with others. Have a heart-to-heart conversation. If something isn't right, it is, like, look, this is fault versus responsibility 101. It is not your fault that somebody said that to you, but it is your responsibility to own your feelings for that. And if you don't like what you're feeling, then you have choices. But it is not that person's fault that you feel that way. They were the spark, they were the crux that led to these feelings, but these feelings are present in you. And you need to take the moment to go in, understand what these feelings are, understand what they're trying to teach you, what's coming up. Again, we talked about this with the romantic feelings. Is it something that you are lacking? Are you feeling jealous by what that person said, or you're feeling some sort of way by what that person said? So what is missing within you? And then go and ask for it. Go and ask for it. Hey, there's way too much chaos. I need a little bit more peace. So I'm going to ask that y'all don't contact me for the whole week. And in fact, I'm turning off my phone. I'm here to let you know I'm going to own my own peace. No, I don't want to come with you on that trip. No, we're not staying in the same area. We're not staying in your parents' house. Love you. We're not staying in the parents' house. I need my own space. these are the things. So make sure that heart-to-heart conversations are happening. Honestly discuss feelings. Make sure those feelings are real and worth exploring. Dig in and giddy up and fucking go. Let's make all of this happen. Let's make all of this happen and come out of Leo season just thriving. All right. We are done with all of the cards and the cleaning out the broom closet for this week. Let's get to the Twitchy tip of the week before we go to our ending. And here we are. Now, funny enough, love this, but I actually have one more that I wanted to read that came to me, I think it was yesterday. That, yes, it was yesterday as I was kind of preparing for everything. And I think that this is a really great place to start. So it's not obviously located on this screen, but this Twitchy tip of the week, this quote that I'm about ready to give, is really tied into the message of Leo season. So, Isabel M. Hickey wrote a book called The Astrology, a Cosmic Science. In that book, as she discusses the energy of Leo, of the zodiac sign of Leo, she has this sentence in there, and I thought it was so beautiful. No man can be a true leader until he is willing to be a servant of all. So I wanted to provide that for a little more insight and clarity into the energy that is Leo, the energy that the zodiac sign truly kind of, represents and does that. Like, that goes back to what is sovereignty, what is that archetype of the sovereign and of the king and the queen, and how do you balance that archetype? How do you impose blessings on others? Um how do you be the true leader, which is exactly what Leo is, um in serving others? And then how does that then fulfill, and how do you balance those two things where, yes, I am willing to be a servant of all, also understanding that I also have a servitude to myself, to my spiritual practice, whatever that might look like for every individual. So it's this very beautiful blend in Leo season between the physical world and that spiritual world, and how we begin to harmonize those two things before we head over and begin to get to the second half of the zodiac. All right. The other, which started out this Twitchy tip of the week, which you see right over here, that I had, is from Source Messages. Source Messages is an account, a social media account. I know that they are on X. I know that they are on Instagram. At least I still think so. I don't have Instagram anymore. But you can find them definitely for sure on X at Source Messages. And I love them. Daily messages. No joke, has not missed a day. I have been reading these for years now, and they are so profound and have gotten me through a lot of moments where I'm like, that is so real. I need to listen. So, this one I loved and I thought really fit with what we are doing this week. So, this is the message. Let's activate the energy of winning. Let's keep our gates open for new miracles. The magic around you wants to be attracted through you. Let it. There's your Twitchy tip of the week, y'all. All right. So, if you found value in all the things today, I would love for you to hit the thumbs up or heart, depending upon where you're watching, the subscribe or follow, and explore our other content, including our more in-depth videos, Chart Chronicles, Zodiac Spotlight series, over on my other channel, Twitchy Tuesdays. That is on YouTube. If you are on X, you can just go to the highlights section and all of the videos are there. But Twitchy Tuesdays is where we get in deeper. We do this live every week, going through the Twitchy Tip of the week, as well as cleaning out the Broom Closet. So it has been a joy to anchor us into some really profound energies next week. If you are watching this on replay or come back as the week goes along, I'd love to hear in the comments how your week is going, what energies are working with you, what magic is being attracted through you, how you are letting it in the experiences that we are all collectively having at this time. May your days be filled with enchantment, y'all, your nights be guided by the stars, and your spirit forever be in tune with the cosmic dance. Keep those third eyes open, my fellow Twitchy seekers. Until next time, blessed be y'all, and stay twitchy. Bye.
In the cosmic dance, where stars align, Milani guides us through signs divine, astrology secrets in the night sky, revealed in her sessions where mysteries lie. Twitchy Tuesdays, where the curious go. Tarot cards spread futures foretold in Milani's realm. Watch the magic unfold. A sage in the cosmic dance, where stars align, Milani guides us through signs divine, astrology secrets in the night sky, revealed in her sessions where mysteries lie. Twitchy Tuesdays, where the curious go. Tarot cards spread futures foretold in Milani's realm. Watch the magic unfold. A sage in the cosmic dance, where stars align, Milani guides us through signs divine, astrology secrets in the night sky, revealed in her sessions where mysteries lie. Twitchy Tuesdays, where the curious go. Tarot cards spread futures foretold in Milani's realm. Watch the magic unfold.